We're looking here at the 5th census, or Enumeration of the Inhabitants of the United States in 1830, published Washington, 1832, like so. And it is a monumental volume, large, oversized. And as we go through it, the first thing we notice is that there are aggregate amounts for each. Well, we got the District of Massachusetts, the District of Maine, New Hampshire, the District of Rhode Island. And what's interesting on these is that the population is compared from 1790, 1800, 1810 to 1820, and the categories of comparison are free white males, free white females, but then there's also free persons except Indians that are not taxed, and then there are slaves here. And so there's slavery embedded within this census on every single page. It's mentioned everywhere you look, are categories and accountings of slaves and a mention of Native Americans. As we get into the more detailed section here for each state, like for Maine, like this right here, well, let's get to a little bit further back, because up in New England there weren't that many slaves or free so-called colored persons here. But as we get to, well, obviously further south in the United States, like say North Carolina, it starts to become very interesting, because here the slavery is broken down by males in various types, females, then there's free colored persons, males and females, white persons included in the foregoing, slaves in colored included in the foregoing, and that is what we'll see throughout this entire census, are free white people, slaves, and free colored persons, like so, all in columns. Yeah, it's really something. It's quite a document for our government to have produced at this time. And what's interesting also is there's the territory of Michigan mentioned with slaves. Appears to be one slave in this county there. And down at the bottom are the totals for the territory of Michigan, territory of Arkansas. Same thing here, slaves, freed, and here's this table here. It's a condensation of it. The districts of Florida. And as we get towards the very rear, like so, here we have the general aggregate of the whole United States with the territories for these same categories, like so. And then there is this condensation right here of the whole population of the entire country. There is this errata at the rear. The book, long ago, was issued. It was issued by the government in boards and a leather spine that's perished, as typical given the size and scale of it. So at some point, an institution had it bound in these buckram heavy boards like so. It's been deaccessioned years ago from an institution, and it's available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.